Good afternoon, Vanessa. I'm delighted to have you. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Vanessa Ushie. I'm Acting Director of the African Natural Resources Management and Investment Center at the African Development Bank.
You said to me earlier that everybody's focusing on climate change, but not enough on biodiversity in Africa. Can you tell me more?
People don't realize that biodiversity and climate change are two sides of the same coin. It will be difficult for the world and indeed for Africa to address climate change without looking at biodiversity. What we don't realize is that since 1970, Africa has lost 66% of its biodiversity. We need to take action to reverse biodiversity loss. And on the other hand, we also know now that nature can provide up to a third of the solutions on climate mitigation and adaptation to keep global warming within the 1.5 degrees target of the Paris Climate Agreement. So nature is our greatest ally in the fight against climate change.
And how do you tackle that at the bank?
We have various actions on biodiversity loss. We have programs to mainstream nature and biodiversity in the bank's operations, in its projects, in its investments, and its financial support to African countries. We're also looking at knowledge and policy advisory tools to help African countries make better decisions that appreciate the value of nature and biodiversity. And we're also designing a new strategy on natural resources management and investment, which has a core pillar on valuing natural capital. We need to appreciate nature.
Just my last question, what is your highlight on this COP27?
I think the highlight for me is the awareness of the impact on Africa of climate change. That Africa is ground zero, and we need to look at Africa's peculiar circumstances in order to have a just transition going forward. And there's been a lot of interest mobilizing across the board to support Africa towards reaching this just transition.
Thank you very much, Vanessa.
Thank you.